I've seen my world contract and the universe expand. I've seen vast unknown places and faraway lands. I've turned whole forests of trees to ashen leaves. 'Cause in the flames I see reflection relief. I've been burning bush like a religious belief. 'Cause the world is ugly and hard. Eyes get callous, souls ripped to shards. So you search for any color of paint to taint your lens of perspective and shift mental collective. Self-psychotherapy. Let's get introspective. Whatever you want to see or feel is in your hand. Let your feet leave the sand. This is imagination land. I've seen parallel dimensions I never thought could exist. I've meditated on mountaintops, inhaling the mist. I've seen galaxies flown higher than skyscrapers. Saw every realm of heaven and hell in 3 pieces of paper. For everything in life, no matter how nice, there's perceived benefit and the actual price. Some flow too free and blow like fall leaves, listless and lost in wisp of the breeze. They've slowly caught the infection, the disease, that hungry saps, bleeds, and feeds on everything that it wants, everything that it needs. Lives are swallowed whole in its insatiable greed. They say every need got an ego to feed. Every poisonous weed begins with a seed, and sharp dark vines are choking fruits of the garden. I see the petals broken, I watch the stems harden. That's why I write dark lines about dope and harden. Throw them straight down your pipes and hope I can spark. Blast, ignite, and put my flame thick in your chest. Let it tickle the brain like Cain and Hydro says. I spit like a rifle, cause it hurts the most to see the best disciples turn to hungry ghosts, always searching, never finding. Never seeing, always blinded, themselves in their quest for immaterial wealth. They sacrifice friends and family and health for anything unnatural to taint the nature itself. But the thirst is never quenched, the hungers never cease. An empty, endless cycle, a rush and release. The more they have, the more they want. And the worse it gets, the more they front and tell you they're improving. Bad habits they've been losing, but they still gonna get their grooving. And that's when you should keep it moving. Because they're skillful entertainers, always smiling, always dancing, styling their demons, the most artful necromancy. Don't trust prophets, false idols, don't buy into belief. If they make you smile, it's to steal the gold from your teeth. As I smoke myself to sleep, I pray my brain has cells to keep. As I close my eyes and grind my teeth, I pray for my peeps that the cells still keep. While my man's hands keep shaking, why does this story keep changing? And how can I live when I watch him decaying? And salam alaikum, but why are we forsaken? I can't take much more. It's killing my health to watch so many friends killing themselves, losing their tact, losing more track, crumbling within. The foundation's been cracked. They took the red pill. There's no coming back. They're in another reality. No goals, no salary. Only the poison they swallow like calories. Sick of seeing the souls of the best made men and role models, lost somewhere deep in the bottom of bottles. Paradise lost, eyes old, vacant and hollowed. Down every bad road and no path left to follow. No excuses, no apologies. Yeah, it is what it is. Everything is everything. They're dying to live. I've watched young angels caught up in their dust. Flawless faces marred by scars, scabs, and cuts. I've seen hearts explode from living too much. Why do you think I peel and explode the Dutch? I survive in the canopy, off shrubbery. I stay high to rise above dark, desolate skies. To let the face smile while the heart still cries. 'Cause Irish eyes stay dry, cool, still, and sly. While the river's teeming inside, muffled by pints and pride. Pupils torn to pieces from demons clawing behind. I met fully grown children that'll never be men, and felt warm hearts turn cold when the first snow descends. Their whole conversation, somewhere lost in translation, trapped in isolation and deep consternation. They say no man is an island, but the ebb of time erodes beaches, and tall trees create valleys where no light ever reaches. Dawn of the dead. I've watched homies melt their heads, sag their skin and swim in sin, face caved in the eyes and chin. So I sing for them like a seraphim. 'Cause deep within, I still care for them. I hope this track is air for them. Let them breathe it in and soothe the skin. Let me break them down so they can begin to search for the person they lost long within. And fuck the nouns and verbs. This is more than words. It's a plea to every ghost that walks the earth. Find yourself, refine and define your worth. This game is rough and it's hard, but we all can still win. Hell, oh well. I guess I'm blowing smoke in the wind. And as I drink myself to sleep, I pray my brain has cells to keep. As I close my eyes and grind my teeth, I pray for my peeps that the cells still keep. While my strongest links keep breaking, where all my boys been taken, I'm a scream in a nightmare, and I can't awaken. And salam alaikum, but why are we forsaken? Can't understand it, man. It's like living in zombie land. Friday the 13th, yeah, it's Fright Night. And Fiend's face turn ghosts as soon as the pipe light. But I slash mics like Myers whenever the night's right. Walked through death's shadow without staff or torchlight, and found balance without beams or laser sights. Cause too many fall asleep on their dreams, and end up as night terrors and nowhere fiends. Sometimes men and women die without names, and fly paper planes still go down in flames. Sparrows chase big birds and get lost in flight. So many creatures run quick from the light, always drawn to the darkness, I know it well. I've bashed every wall of my ivory cell, consumed in the flames of my own personal hell. Pump Nas in my tank, and it ain't hard to tell. I've knocked years of my life from one's lived so well. I was a mess, my spirit ate through my chest. For sins I sacrificed joint, bone, and pounds of flesh, about 10 more or less. But still I've been blessed, with life in my lungs to conquer new tests. My flower will still flourish, despite all the ivy, and all the punk-ass haters, and their attempts to try me. Immune to a plethora of poison, so what the fuck can kill me? Had life flash from my eyes a few times, so what the fuck can thrill me? I've jumped off the cliff of consciousness, drifted through so many dimensions I shouldn't even exist. And this one, I should be caught up in suspension and lost in the tales of those hardly mentioned. Those sad few who wanted too much, took every hit hard as a Dutch, and just caught one too much. Fell from the highest rung of the palace, burned their lips on the chalice, and hung in the sun for the vultures with talons. And that should have been the fate from my state, but fate played favorites, so I'm living great. And I know I've gambled too much, but I keep beating the house with a royal flush. I've been hit with burglaries, armed and strong-arm robberies, dodged felonies, survived 2 ODs, a leap of faith from 3 stories, and details far more gritty and more gory. But I climbed out of purgatory, and I'm still here to tell my story. And nah, I ain't boasting, I ain't bragging, cause too many been burned off chasing that dragon, and I should be in that urn or the long black wagon. But life had other plans, I can't say what happened. And no, I can't sit here and tell you what drugs not to do, but I'll say when it stops being fun, the drug does you. So get ahead, get it in, get all your shit popping. Remember, it's only an addiction if you don't have an option. And as I smoke myself to sleep, I pray my brain has cells to keep. As I close my eyes and grind my teeth, I pray for my peeps that the cells still keep. Why my strongest links keep breaking? Why is my soul so shaken? Why do those with so little have so much taken? And salam alaikum, but why are we forsaken?